Okay, here we go. Another student case. This boy is studying in an international school in mainland China, and he has been admitted by the University of New York, University of California, San Diego campus, University of California, Davis campus, and the Purdue University. So let's have a look at his transcript first of all. Although his results are quite satisfying for now, he actually failed to get any offers during the ED round. And for those who don't know what ED, EA, and RD means, simply search for them on Google for the definitions, and please leave me a message if you still need me to further explain them. Okay, going back to the student case. The reason why he failed during the ED round is that he and his parents didn't actually follow my advices and insist in applying to engineering and computer science majors in all those top 30s colleges. Although there are many reasons leading to his being rejected during the early decision round, let's simply have a look at his transcript to see why I never suggested him to apply to computer science and engineering majors in all the top tier colleges in America. So, okay, first of all, let's look at the relevance and the rigor of his courses. As you can see, his average GPA is around 4.11, which roughly means that his average is around low 90s. Well, it seems that he's doing pretty good, or at least on the same level of the last student I talked about in the previous video, if you still remember her. Yet, as I said, simply looking at his face value of grades will not give you much info about his academic strengths. So we have to also take into account his school ranking and his ranking in the graduating class. Although the ranking is not available about that school, admission officers can also evaluate its academic rigor from other aspects. For example, they can look at the historical data to see how the students admitted from this high school perform after getting into their college. And some very experienced admission officers also have a broad network that would give them information about this high school. Well, the fact is actually that his high school is not very academic strong as most of the public high schools in North America. So although his average is similar to the last girl students I talked about, he may not be as academic competitive as she is. Another aspect we need to see is that his ranking, which can be easily found from the school profile. And this boy ranks around top 25 to 30% in the graduating class. So considering those two factors, admission officers will have some general sense as to where he's standing academically. As you can see, there are yellow areas and the green ones. So all the yellow ones are actually his grades of arts courses, including English and some social study courses, things like that. And all the green ones are actually his grades under the science classes and the math classes. So, as we can see from his transcript, that this student is pretty well-rounded because he takes not only all the number and science courses, but also a load of arts courses. But it is also obvious that his performance in arts courses is generally better than his science and math courses. So you may understand why I didn't suggest him to apply to computer science and engineering majors in the top 30s, as his rankings as well as his relevance of courses cannot fully convince admission officers from the top tier colleges due to the highly competitive nature of those programs. So before the start of the ED round, I actually suggest him to apply to the arts and science program in the top 30s. And if he still wants to do engineering majors, I suggest him to think about applying to the engineering majors in the lower ranking colleges. But actually his parents and he didn't agree on my suggestions and still want to take a shot for engineering and computer science. So I told him that, okay, then you can try it for the first round if you insist, but you have to listen to my advices after the ED round. Well, for me, the reason why I insist on suggesting him not to apply to the engineering and computer science programs in the top-tier universities is that his transcript cannot convince me about his ability to be admitted. So if he cannot even convince me, how can his academic strengths convince the admission officers? All of his ED applications were rejected. Then in the RD round, he started to listen to my advices, and I let him change his major into arts and science undecided, or some majors in arts. Then finally, he was admitted by NYU Arts and Science program, University of California, San Diego Arts and Science program, University of California, Davis Engineering, and Purdue Engineering. So as I said, based on his current profile, if he wants to do engineering or computer science majors, chances will be better if he applies to the lower ranking colleges. So this is another case where I use my approach to analyze students' transcript. So do please take some time to understand what I've shared in the previous videos, all of which are pretty useful in helping you better position and evaluate your application profile, as well as your chances to be admitted by your dream schools. Okay, in the future, I'll make a more student case analysis video. I'll see you in the next video.